These are the Chat City interviews from 103.2 Preston FM.
We've got Christine in the studio right now from Help Direct, and a piece of, a kind of jingle that you're used to hearing when she's around is this one.
Time for You, bringing people in communities together.
It's a little bit different this week, Yui, isn't it? Normally it's our hourly show, Time for You, but we've decided just to condense it a little bit this week from now on, just to do like a quarter of an hour show on Chat City.
That's right.
And we're really excited about
Brilliant.
it.
So
to be on Chat City, it's like
every Thursday 1:30.
The Prestige radio show in Preston.
Of course it is.
Isn't
yes,
it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you will now be with us every Thursday at 1:30 on Chat City. So what delights today then, Christine?
Well, today I'm going to tell you about what's been going on the Time Bank, but I've also brought Helen Dixon along from Intact, who's going to tell us a little bit about what training's going on at Intact. So we've not got a lot of time today, so I better get on with it, haven't I? So for those of you Chat City listeners who have never who didn't tune in to Time for Your radio show, it's all about the Preston and South Ribble Time Bank. For those of you who don't know what a time bank is, it's where it's a group of people that come together to share their skills, not for money but for time credits. So it's so what people do, they'll do something for somebody else, get some time credits on the time bank, and then buy other skills off other people. So that may be, it may be that there's somebody in the community who wants someone advice on, say, keeping tropical fish or something like that. And then what they can do, those people who've that benefited from it, they might do something for somebody else on the time bank. You don't have to actually do something back for the person that actually did something for you. And you have an account. We have a database, and we account for all the hours. So you can build time up on the time bank, and then if you get lots and lots of time on the time bank, you could actually donate some of your hours to other people if you wanted. So if you know an older person in the community who just say is struggling getting the hedge cut or something like that, you can donate those hours to them, and we can see if we can find somebody on the time bank who'd be able to come along and do that for them. Anyway, so we had quite a bit going on this week on the time bank. We've had Mike. He's helped Rosemary by getting her hedge cut, which was quite a big job when he got there, but he was quite happy to get along with his cutting machine and crop it all down for her. We've got Phil in the White Room studio. He has 5 regular music lesson bookings, including singing, acoustic, and electric guitar, and Mixcraft, which is mixing songs together. So people on the time, we actually refer people to him who are looking for like musical skills, which is really good. John's been very active removing rubbish with his trailer for participants. So we're quite some time ago we were doing quite a bit of decluttering for people. So John was coming along, and he was actually shifting all the rubbish with his trailer off to the tip, so we were gaining time credits through that. Karen is supporting Iris to go for some fresh air each week. Iris has been stuck inside for such a long time, she never gets out, so Karen's been going down and just encouraging her to go out and get a little bit of fresh air, which is really nice. It's a big change for her. Can you see what I mean, Yui? It's not massive things that people are doing for each other. It's little bits of things. But it
means a lot to people, doesn't it?
It makes such a big difference, yeah. And we've got Maria and Karen have been helping Colin clear some clutter from his house. John has kindly given Tim a lift to pick up a free computer. So it was we had Tim. He was struggling to get a computer home from town. He'd had it repaired, and one of the Time Bank participants picked it up for him and ran it home for him. We've got a few wants this week, so if there's people out there, can help with this, just get in touch with us. and we can get you on the time bank and you can start helping. We've got Rob in Fullwood. He likes to use a piano once a week. He's quite a good pianist, actually, is Rob. And he was looking, he was asking us if we knew anybody who got a piano that he could play for, just practice on for an hour and a half. So we've been looking round to see if we can find somebody, actually. And one thing that I did come across, it was really strange because it was that morning when he came in asking for it. I said I'd have a look around for a piano for him, and I actually found one in St George's Shopping Centre.
Yes, it's there.
It's there, yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
People play it every day. It's great. Good idea.
Yeah, I know. I must brush up on my piano playing
Me
skills.
too. Maybe we could do a duet.
Can you play
and I.
the piano?
I can tinkle occasionally.
And what sort of tinkling do you?
I think you and I could do a brilliant duet, Christine.
Do you?
Yes, I think we'll have to go along and try.
Tiptoe through the tulips.
Yes, that kind of thing.
Anyway, we've got... So if anybody's going through St George's and you see somebody playing on there, it might be our Rob.
Right.
Give him an applause as you're going past, because in fact I might go down one day and just give people a little tinkle on the ivories. We've got John in Longton. He'd like some. He has a pair of trousers that he needs hemming up, which he's been struggling with. So if there's anybody round about who can help him with that. Kate in Deepdale has a bit of paint work at the front of her house that needs painting. We've got Rocky in Penwitham, would like some website support for his business. Maria in Penwitham would like someone who's good with wood to make her a small table for beside her bed. So if we've got any aspiring furniture makers out there who'd like to knock something together for her, well, no, not knock something together, but make a really nice job of it. Andy in Avenham would like some IT support as well. When I say IT support, it's not really big, complex stuff. All Andy's after is just somebody to show him how to use Microsoft Word and Excel. It's just simple stuff there. And if we've got anybody who's interested in finding out how to solve a Rubik's Cube, we've got Rob, who's actually the aspiring pianist. He's really good at it, and he can show people how to actually do that because he's very good at speed cubing.
Right, wow.
All right. So we're looking for people who would support people to go fishing, and we also will look at if there's anybody out there who'd like to go metal detecting. We've got contacts for them, so if people want to are interested in doing things like that, get in touch with us at Time for You, and you can contact us on Claire Hewitson's email address, which is clarehewitson@helpdirect.org.uk, and the telephone number is Preston, that's 01772 270721, and we'll put you in touch with all the people within those groups, and get some. And then in doing so, you can participate in the groups, get some time credits for actually going, because it is, the best thing about getting time credits is that you can do the things you like and gain time credits because you may be supporting somebody else to actually go.
Brilliant. Let's put that number out again then.
If your life's in a mess, get it back together with Help Direct. Help Direct, helping you live independently.
Right, so that's so the telephone number is 01772 270721. So today I brought with me a friend from Intact Community Centre down in
Ingle.
In Ingle. It's Helen Dixon. She's come along today to tell us a little bit about some of the training that's going on down at Ingle.
Thank you. Well, I kind of feel a little bit like follow that after all those wonderful things that you've just been talking about, Christine. That sounds absolutely amazing.
I know the Time Bank is an amazing resource, but we want you to tell us about what you're doing.
I know. Well, I'm gonna give it to them. I hope you're listening out there with a pen and paper,
Yeah.
and you can write all these wonderful things down as well. So, for anybody who doesn't know Intact, we're actually based in Ingall, and we're just off Tag Lane. And at the moment, if you go past, you might think, what on earth is going on? Because we're right in the middle of having a 2-storey extension built.
Wow.
So it's quite mad down there at the moment. But rest assured, we are still open for business. So do come over and come and say hello to us. And it's open to anybody across from all over Preston. And we're on Whitby Avenue. And I'm here to talk about just one part of something that we do at Intact, and that's delivering some free training. So if anybody
The key word there was
free. We love that word, don't we? It's fantastic, absolutely. So we've got a full programme of activities. It's going to be starting at the very beginning of September, and it will be running until June. So it's a real long course, lots of short courses, medium size and long courses as well that we're going to be delivering. And at the moment, I've got about 43 courses booked.
wow.
So it's quite extensive, and we might have other things going on in there.
I hope we're not going to run out of time.
I'm not going to tell you about them all. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a flavour.
You'll have to come back and tell us as the season's going on.
If you'll have me,
Yeah.
I'd love to come back and talk about that. So some of the things that we've got going on are we've got some arts and we've got some crafts going on as well.
Right,
So
okay.
anybody who's interested, I'm just saying that because we were looking at some great things that I know the group in Penwitham are
Oh,
doing
the Time
as
for
well.
Craft group down at
That's
Kingsfold,
great.
yeah.
And I was meeting with our arts tutor this morning, and she was showing me some of the wonderful things that she's going to be doing with our group, and that's going to be starting on Monday afternoons in Intact as well, and they're going to be for art improvers. So it's
right.
anybody who's been doing a little bit of art and they're ready to kind of move on a little bit and get a bit more confidence.
I'm quite good at doing a little bit. I'm quite a
Fantastic.
beginner at art, doing art, but I'm quite into doing caricature. You
Oh,
know.
fantastic.
And I'm planning on doing a picture of our Yui, you know.
Oh, I think that'd look wonderful.
Because you've got to have very animated faces, and I think Yui's
It's very animated now.
Yes, very,
Yes,
he's
that's
very
right, yeah.
animated now, and he's going into a state of panic, I think.
How can you capture perfection?
That's right, thank
I'm
you.
sure.
Yes, you're the kind of guest I like on the show.
Anytime. Oh, okay. I better tell you what I'm
Right,
doing.
you've
I'm
not
now. We're
forgotten
getting
what
carried
you're doing
away.
yet.
Yeah. Okay, so actually, we're doing quite a bit of poetry as well at the moment. Yeah, we're wanting to kind of look at kind of English classes, but making them a little bit more interesting. We've
Yeah.
got a fabulous one called Writing Letters to My 16-Year-Old Self. I don't know if you've heard, but a lot of actors are doing this at the moment, and there's a book and they've been published, and I just wonder what letters we might write to
Yeah.
ourselves if we think back to when we were 16 and writing a letter to ourselves now. So I think that'll be really an interesting one, and a bit topical as well. On kind of November the 11th, we're going to be looking at World War poetry as
Right.
well. So it's a bit of an opportunity for us to reflect and think back, and maybe read some
Might be a
poems
bit
and
too-
things like
too
that.
far
So-
for you to reflect back.
No,
on.
I hope so. Yes,
You know what I mean? To when he was
absolutely.
16.
Oh, Christy. It's a good job that there's a distance between you two there, I think.
That's right, yes. Yeah.
One of the dying things that I think is happening at the moment as well is the traditional skills seem to be disappearing a little bit. So we have got a wonderful lady coming called Caroline, and Caroline is going to be teaching people how to do knitting and crocheting. And she reassures us that it's not going to take us very long to do that.
Right.
So she's got other courses that she's going to be doing an introduction to, and then she's going to be building on that, and we'll be making our own Christmas presents maybe. You never know, do you?
fabulous.
Yeah, I'm making our own crafts for Christmas. We've
Right.
got cooking courses. We've got a real long course as well that's coming up to help people for employability.
So do they like crochet, like soft toys and things like
They're
that?
going to be doing something called granny blankets at first.
All right.
So it's quite a simple, and then it can grow quite quickly. So you might see them, like kind of the traditional crocheted blankets that people maybe used to have. And again, you can build those up quite quickly and make like maybe a baby blanket or something like that. So really nice for expectant mothers or fathers, of course. They might want to get into that as well. And again, I know my mum knits, but she's never really showed us how to do it. And it's something that I think would be, knitwear's coming back. It is quite fashionable. And it would be a real shame to see traditions like that disappearing. So really excited about having that on as well.
Yeah, I tried knitting something once, but it
Just
didn't
the once.
quite. It didn't quite work.
Dear me, yes.
I can see Huey's face just nodding away knowingly.
Well, this Christmas, Huey, you never know. We might get a tea cosy.
Yes, she needs to come along. Remind us when that is, and then she can come along.
I will. We're going to have a taster course, and that's going to be starting in... that's in March, actually. We've got some in March, and we've also, I'm just having a look at we've got some in October as well, so it's going to be happening before Christmas.
Right.
But I'm just finalising the details at the moment of the brochure, and if anybody does want one, they can email me or telephone me. Do you want me are you ready? Is everybody ready? And I can give you my email address. It's Helen.Dixon, that's Dixon, at Intact, Intact, then there's a dash, preston.org.uk, and my telephone number is Preston 760760. So there you go. If you're interested, that's how you can get hold of me. And we've got, can I just tell you a little bit more about what another course that we've got? Because this is fantastic. It's called The Myths and Legends of Lancashire.
Oh, fabulous.
There's some great things, and that's going to involve some trips out as well.
Right.
So we'll be doing some classroom-based research into some of the myths of what's been going on around Lancashire, and then we'll be going out to those sites and having a look at some.
I know we did a group at Meadowfield Rehab Unit a few months ago, and we had somebody come in and talk to us about the Pendle Witches.
That's brilliant. We've had, that's great, isn't it?
Absolutely amazing.
Fascinating.
And I wasn't absolutely too sure about the actual story, but when somebody comes in and tells you properly about it, it shows just, about the oppression of women in those times.
And
how, the difficult, how people could just be labelled a witch and their lives could be just absolutely wrecked by it.
Yeah, and I'm sure that during that course we'll definitely be exploring the Pendle Witches. One of the things that I had never heard of was something about Kirkham. There was an upside down witch. So again, it's kind of like somebody who was labelled a witch years ago, and she was buried upside down because they were fearful that if they buried her on her back, she would crawl out of her grave. And so they buried her upside down. So if she started to crawl out, she would be going into the middle of the earth. Into and not come out. So that was one that I'd never heard of that I thought was fascinating. So we're going to be exploring that as well. And also we're looking at the landmarks of Lancashire, because I think we're in a wonderful place, aren't we? Lancashire is vibrant. There's so much going on. It's beautiful. It's dynamic. We've got city life. We've got, the wonderful kind of greenery as well of, you don't have to go very far, do you? We've got some fantastic places to see and visit. And so we're going to be focusing on some of those. And again, we're going to be doing some visits. So it'll have an educational slant, but it'll also have a social aspect to it as well. So I really, really hope that some of your listeners are going to be inspired by our courses. And hopefully we hope that you'll join us as well. And maybe you'll have me back.
Definitely.
So I can talk about some more in the future.
Definitely,
Well, thank you for that. So, and thank you, Christine. So you will be back with us next Thursday at 1:30 p.m. with another guest, I take it.
Well, I'll probably be coming along with Claire.
Right. Yes,
because she's
missing today.
She's missing today. So, because it's her 40th birthday tomorrow.
Claire 40 tomorrow.
Yes.
Isn't it hard to believe?
Happy birthday,
well, it's a
birthday. Happy birthday,
no,
Claire,
sorry,
for tomorrow.
it's a birthday party on Saturday. So,
But a birthday tomorrow.
yes.
So for anybody who knows Claire, happy birthday. So there you are. So Christy will be back, and Claire, next Thursday at 1:30 on Chat City, and that ever important telephone number.
Join the Time Bank, because things are better for everyone when we do things for each other. Call Preston 270 721.
If you've got news, views or events you'd like to share with us and the Chat City team, why not give us an email? chatcity@preston.fm.